Hi and welcome back to Simple Lifing. Today we are going to head back down to the basement. This is part 4 of our basement declutter. Thank you again as always for your continued support throughout this whole entire becoming minimalist journey that my husband Doug and I are on. Thank you so much for watching these videos, for liking them, for commenting, for subscribing, just for being here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, truly, because you are honestly motivating us to keep going. So just being able to just connect with like-minded individuals who have either done this already or are doing this becoming minimalism thing right along with us. It's just so encouraging to know we're not alone and we're in this together. Yeah, all that to say, I'm grateful for you and I hope you enjoy today's video. I think what we'll be doing today is what a lot of you have suggested, and that is kind of organizing the space, categorizing things together. I know a lot of you have said this would probably make a big difference down there, and you're absolutely right. It's something we've been talking about doing for a while, so tonight is the night. We're going to finally see how much space we can open up down there by categorizing things together and just kind of reorganizing the whole space. And now I'm going to put on my shoes, go track down Doug, and let him know I'm ready. All right, so as always, I like to give you a before. So this is what we're starting with today. This is the before of today. If you want to see how our basement looked at the very start of our going minimal journey, then check out the channel because you'll want to look at part 1 of this whole basement portion of the series. But this is how it was looking today. And I'm going to go ahead and be upfront with you. We did not get to this side of the basement at all, like the left side when you walk down the stairs. We focused on the right side. We actually added a bit more to the middle. Doug will talk about it a bit later, but one of his big goals is he really wants to clear out the middle. But today we focused on the right section. In our heads, of course, we thought we could get it all done. We thought we could, just categorize and rearrange, reorganize all of it and have the entire basement looking better. Aren't things always easier in your head? They really seem easier in my head anyways. And we were like, yeah, it's going to be this huge transformation. But yet again, we found out the hard way. This kind of stuff just takes longer, and that's okay. And I think it was around 10 p.m. This was yesterday. It was Wednesday that we were doing this, and it was about 10 p.m. when we stopped. And I just don't think we have to be pushy about it. We don't have to be rushed. We can take our time, or else we're going to hate doing it, and we're going to dread it and put it off even more than we might already do a little bit. So, if you make it more laid back, then I'm finding anyways, and I think Doug probably feels the same, that we don't dread it as much as we might if we were just super intense about it and strict. So first off, we started a donate box, and this is something that I want to do all the time. I want to have a ongoing donate box at all times. So when this one gets filled up, I want to start a new one just so I have no excuses when I see something, a single item, whatever, up in the upstairs even, I can just come down and toss it in the donate box. So just to always have a donate box going, I think will get the stuff out of your house just as you're going through life every day a lot easier than if you have to, if you see a few things and you're folding laundry and you find a shirt you don't like anymore, or you're organizing a spot in your house and you come across an object you don't need anymore. It's a lot easier to just put it back and say, oh, I'll just deal with that later, than to start a decluttering container at that time. So if you just have one going already, I think we'll find that it's going to be a lot easier to get that stuff out of our house, moved out faster. I had the hardest time getting this old suitcase open. There were so many zippers on it, plus gloves. Anyways, I spent way too much time on it when I should have just taken off my gloves, but some of the zippers were broken. It was just in pretty bad shape, but yeah, I don't know how long that took me to get it open. But I got there, and I was just checking it to make sure there wasn't anything in it personal before I got rid of it. But yeah, Doug and I talked before this, and we already kind of had an idea, like I mentioned in the intro, that we wanted to categorize a bit. So, but before we really started on that, Doug wanted to go through a couple of boxes and get a couple more things decluttered. So he was going through this box of books. He still had this one from last time when we, part 3, when we were decluttering. He didn't quite get to all his books. So he was going through this and getting, final decisions on the rest of his books. And then we also were going to get to some more of his toys. But so I had to find some things to do while he was working on his stuff, because I can't make those decisions for him. That's a personal thing, when you're going through childhood things or just stuff from your past, no one else can make that decision for you. So I was starting working on this other corner of the basement, and we decided this is where we would put all of our leftover construction material. We still have some remodeling to do, a little bit left in the house, so we're holding on to some of the construction material, obviously, until we complete everything. So we decided, let's make this corner the home for that right now. And so I just little by little was carrying over things and trying to make some space. It may not be perfect. It's not the perfect setup yet. We still don't have, the perfect probably amount of shelving going on in this whole basement to help keep things better organized. But right now our goal is not perfection. It's just to kind of put things together, like things together, categorize, reorganize, all of that you all have been suggesting to us. We're finally doing it. Let me know in the comments how your week is going. Like I said, this was Wednesday of this week for us. But yeah, let me know how your week is going. I have been under the weather. I've now mentioned that probably in the last 2 videos, I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm still, I don't know, fighting off something. I don't know if it's allergies, if it's still a bit of that cold that I had. But yeah, I've been under the weather, which is not like me to stay sick this long, so it's kind of weird. I was actually kind of running a low-grade fever, just not feeling the greatest this day. But thankfully today, Thursday, I'm feeling a lot better, and I don't have a fever anymore. But yeah, I'm still just a little under the weather. Not enough that I wanted to just, sit and not do this decluttering. So, but yeah, I think it's just allergies, because they've been so bad this season, this fall season, going into fall. I don't know what it is. I've never been hit so hard with allergies, and it's weird because I usually get them in the springtime really bad, but this year I didn't get any allergies in the spring, and now I'm getting hit super hard in the fall. So I don't know what's different. Let me know if you get allergies too and what you do about it. I try to take like zinc and vitamin C, and then I'll also take Claritin if I need to, because yeah, allergies are no fun. I've had them my whole life. I keep thinking I need to find like some place I can move that has no allergies. I don't know where that would be, but I think I'm mostly allergic to grass, like when grass blooms. So I don't know where I need to go for that, but it'd be sure nice to not have allergies. Here I was looking at this box for this baby equipment here, and my husband and I have been holding on to some of the boxes. I mean, I should say I've been kind of like pushing that, we should hold on to the boxes so we can store these items in it when we go to put them away. And we're still holding on to some, like I think we have the car seat and the stroller, which honestly we could probably get rid of those boxes for sure, but there's a few things. And yeah, I got a cardboard cut on my hand. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with my finger there. But anyways, I was realizing we don't need to keep this box, because this thing turns into like a table, like a toddler table, and then it just has 3 different stages your baby can use it for. So we're not gonna be packing it up anytime soon, and when we do, we can put it into something else if we still want to pack it up. So yeah, this can go, and then there's a lot of other things like this that can go as well on the other side of the basement, but like I said, we're not getting to that today.
So I still have quite a few buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 6 buckets still full of toys from my childhood, mainly Star Wars and Micro Machines. But not quite ready to get rid of them. At some point, that probably should be done, but not quite there, and that's okay. To to not be quite ready for just everything yet. But as you do this, you start out with the easy stuff, you throw it away. It's like, oh yeah, it's easy to get rid of. And then next time you come through, it's like, oh well, this thing that I wasn't quite ready to get rid of, but was kind of on the fence, now I'm ready to get rid of it. And it just kind of builds on it. The more you get rid of, the easier it is to get rid of the harder stuff.
Now what?
Alright, let's do stuffed animals.
Alright. Ah! Does it not come off all the way?
No.
So now we were going to look through Doug's stuffed animals from when he was a little boy, and this was kind of fun to join in and do. He wanted me to look through them too, because in case we wanted to keep anything for our daughter, which is kind of sweet to, like, you know, keep something from his childhood to give to her. So yeah, we were just looking through, deciding what we would keep for her, and then also he was keeping a few other items that he wanted to ask family members about if they wanted to. So we kind of found this cute little bunny that I've already washed up and given to her. And yeah, so it was kind of fun to look through and see, well, it was actually a lot of fun to look through and see his stuffed animals. Yeah, there's that cute bunny. So kind of a little fun fact for you all. I know you've been encouraging me in my videos and just also saying like how much you appreciate Doug being in the videos and telling me like that's unique and how you like hearing from him and what he has to share. Like, thank you all so much for that encouragement. I know that encourages him as well for being in these videos and stuff, but I thought you might find it interesting, just because I've gotten a lot of comments about that. I thought you might find it interesting to know that at the start, when I first started this channel, there was no plan for him to be in these videos whatsoever. Like, this was just going to be my channel, something I was going to be doing. But obviously, I mean, we've talked about this, right? We both, at least in the comments, we both made the mess, so we're both going to work on cleaning it up. But I wasn't originally planning to film the whole basement process. And it's funny because, yeah, I just did it one day. It's like, okay, we're going to do decluttering. Should we just go ahead and film it? Maybe someone will find it motivating. And then we decided to do it with our very first part 1 to this basement series. And you all loved it and really encouraged us to keep going. And so that's why we weren't going to film this. Honestly, it was kind of embarrassing. I didn't want anyone to know about this because, you know, let's keep that a secret hidden away in our basement. But just a brief break to tell you that this is what we were left with the stuffed animals. These are the ones we're keeping to either give to our daughter, or we need to ask some family members if they want. And then we got this one completely empty. And then these over here are the ones we're going to get rid of, either donate, or if they're no good, then go ahead and toss those. But yeah, we emptied like 1.5 containers worth. And then anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't know what's next when we finish the basement, how much he'll still be on it. I mean, obviously he was on the bedroom decluttering video too. So I guess anywhere where he's also got mess, he'll still be in it, because, you know, we are a team, and if we both made the mess, we are both going to clean it up. We're not going to have the other clean up the other person's stuff. I mean, we're going to help each other out when we can. That is how we feel about it anyways. And of course, we will partner up and help each other with each other's stuff when we can. But sometimes that just slows you down, right? Because only you can really make those decisions. I'm really glad that Doug is willing to be in these videos, though. I think it definitely makes them a lot more fun to film, and also it motivates me, because if I had to do these videos without him being in them, well, you know, I don't know. That would just be difficult. And because the basement, like we talked about in part 1, I don't know why we weren't going to film it, because the basement truly is a huge, huge part of our downsizing journey, of our becoming minimal. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Why would we not have filmed that? I guess I was just thinking I was embarrassed. But it's funny because looking down here at all our stuff, it's like, wow, I feel like we're hoarders, like looking around. We're just like, how did this happen? How did this happen? I guess you can accrue things or hoard things or whatever you want to call it without even realizing you're doing it. I'm not sure, but once you have that mindset shift, I don't think there's any going back once you have tasted minimalism. So I was super excited. I had emptied this bin out. I also wanted to mention, you might have noticed us putting things into black trash bags that didn't look like trash, and that's because we were out of boxes and we were using those for donation items. So I did put my fabric into a black trash bag, but that was to donate. Don't worry, I am definitely donating that fabric. It's great fabric and somebody hopefully will get some good use out of it. There was a time where I used to do a lot of sewing. And so I've been holding on to it saying, well, this is great fabric. This is something, I like some of this, a lot of this. Something I want to hold on to just in case. But honestly, I find holding on to those things just in case just makes me feel guilty for not doing the things. And I don't want to feel that way. We've talked about this before, I think in part 1, or maybe part 2, I don't remember now, but where the things around us are speaking to us. Our belongings, our possessions, they're speaking to us whether positively or negatively. I truly believe this, and I felt it in my own life. And for instance, if I have all this sewing supplies sitting around, but I'm not sewing, it makes me feel bad that I don't sew because I have all these supplies. And that's not to say you have to get rid of things that you love. Like if sewing is truly your hobby and you love it and you know you're going to do it again, then keep the stuff. Do what makes you happy. Don't do what I'm doing. I think you know that though. But for me, I have no idea when I'm ever going to get back into sewing. If I ever will. I tend to think I will. I have a wonderful sewing machine that my husband got me, and I do use it on occasion. But as far as like actually sewing, like clothing or bigger items or just bigger projects, it kind of overwhelms me to think about it, to set up for that in our small house, I don't have a place to set up for that. I don't have a craft room. And yeah, those might sound like excuses, but ultimately what it comes down to is we do the things that we really want to do, right? I mean, if I wanted to do sewing enough right now in my life, I might make time for it, but that's just not something I am prioritizing or really want to prioritize when I'm being 100% honest. I'm a new mom and my priorities are my family right now and trying to figure out life again and figuring out how to take care of a baby and cook all the meals and, tackling those everyday life things. Taking on sewing projects or honestly even doing it as a hobby just stresses me out. And a hobby is not supposed to be stressful. So if I ever want to get into sewing again, then I can buy some fabric at that time, per project, on a per project basis. I don't need to have a huge bin full of it to overwhelm myself. Do you have anything like that? Is there something that you're holding on to that really is actually just making you feel bad about yourself? Maybe you don't even think about it all the time because maybe it's tucked away in your basement too. But do you have something like that just weighs you down every time you see it and you just don't want to see it? You want to just hide it away so you don't feel bad about yourself? Definitely question why you have that and if you really want to hold on to it. Because if you get rid of those things, just imagine when your surroundings are filled with positivity, with positive voices, so to speak, you're going to feel so much better and lighter.
There's so much stuff over there. You can just move it over there once you get to
We have too much stuff.
What makes you say that?
Still, we've gotten rid of so much and there's still no space for everything. Okay, so it may not look like it, but I think we did quite a bit again today. Didn't get nearly as far though as we wanted. These things always take way more time than you think they're going to take.
Yeah.
But let's go over a quick what we've done. So, all of this remaining construction material, except for my level, obviously. This is scraps that is going to be thrown out. This door actually has a place that it needs to go back to.
This is just still some random stuff.
This is just some stuff. Well, the two big bags are donations, stuffed animals, and fabric. So I emptied two big buckets that had all my stuffed animals and moved what I'm keeping into one, and then just some boxes that need dealt with still. The toys that I still haven't given up yet. guitar amp that I plan to sell.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. And then all the construction material. I think pretty much all the construction material we did get moved over here. The stuff that we still needed. So we're going to end up having hopefully all the tools and construction stuff over here. Just some military stuff I need to deal with. Yeah, paperwork that I need to do. Moving on.
Oh, but we did clear out some floor space though.
Did clear out a little floor space, made it a little easy to move through. These buckets are the toys and the He-Man toys and Turtle toys that I said previously I have a month more or less to get rid of. Over here we have, I actually got rid of way more books than I thought I was going to get rid of. So those are all books for donate. And these are the containers that we emptied, the blue and the purple one. So yeah, fair amount of progress overall. What do you have to say there?
Tell them what you said a few minutes ago. How about
About
Remember?
what did I say?
And I was like, what do you want to do about it?
About what?
Okay, you were saying how we still have way too much stuff, even though we've gotten rid of so much stuff.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do, or want to do at some point, is to clear out this entire middle area to where there's just only open floor space, and everything that we do keep needs to find a place either on one of the shelves that were already here, or be able to single row neatly stacked along the wall. That should be accomplishable, doable, whatever. But we didn't get there today. It's on the to-do list.
All
All right.
Right, so like Doug said, we do want to get this center part emptied out, but we'll get there. We thought we could do it all in a night. I don't know what we were thinking, but I do think it looks better. And as always, I'm going to put a before and after, before from today and then after from today as well, not a before from the beginning, because we'll do that at the end of this whole series, the basement series anyways. We'll put it before of like the very start of the process and then the final after whenever we do get to that. But hopefully this was encouraging to you all if you have a big project you're tackling too. Hopefully this will give you some motivation, and hopefully you can see that we did make a tiny bit of progress. Actually, it kind of feels like we made a good amount. I hope that can come across in the video. We so enjoy hanging out with you all in the videos, and I love connecting with you in the comments. So definitely be sure to drop a comment below so we can talk about what you're working on. I'll see you again really soon in the next video. Hope you're doing well. Bye!